In the remote forests of northeastern Arizona, November 5, 1975, was supposed to be just another day for a crew of 7 loggers. As dusk settled over the Apache-Sitgreaves National Forest, they packed their tools, their long day of hard labor finally over. The air grew cold, the last rays of sunlight piercing through the dense canopy of pine trees. Tired and ready for home, the men piled into their pickup truck, its headlights carving a path through the encroaching darkness. But this was not an ordinary evening. As they navigated the winding dirt road, a strange, otherworldly glow appeared through the trees. It wasn't the moon, nor was it an aircraft. It was a silent, hovering light, a luminous golden white disk suspended just above the forest floor. The truck ground to a halt. The men stared, a mix of awe and fear on their faces. Against the pleas of his crewmates, one man, 22-year-old Travis Walton, stepped out. He moved cautiously toward the mesmerizing object. The air crackled with an unseen energy, a low hum growing in intensity. Suddenly, a brilliant beam of blue-green light shot down from the craft, striking Travis. There was a blinding flash, a concussive force that threw him back. Then, darkness. The light was gone, and so was Travis Walton. The 6 remaining men sped away in terror, convinced their friend was dead. When they reached the small town of Heber, their frantic story was met with immediate disbelief. Sheriff Marlon Gillespie, a seasoned lawman, was skeptical. 6 men, 1 missing, and a tale of a flying saucer. To him, it sounded like a cover story for a murder. The investigation began immediately. Interrogation rooms filled with cigarette smoke became the stage for a tense psychological drama. Questioned separately, the 6 loggers held firm to their impossible story. Their faces, etched with worrying and fear, told a consistent tale, but consistency wasn't proof. As days turned into nights, the largest manhunt in Arizona's history was launched. Search teams with dogs and flashlights scoured the dense woods. Helicopters with powerful spotlights scanned the trees from above. The national media descended on the tiny town, and newspaper headlines fueled public speculation. Lauder missing, murder suspected, lie detector tests for UFO witnesses. The pressure mounted on the crew. They were seen not as witnesses but as suspects. Each man was subjected to a polygraph test. The results were stunning. 5 of them passed, their belief in what they saw seemingly genuine. The 6th test was inconclusive, but still, there was no sign of Travis. Then, on the 5th night, everything changed. In a phone booth just outside Heber, a call came through to Travis's sister. On the other end of the line was a weak, disoriented voice. It was Travis. He was alive. He was found huddled on the cold pavement, confused, dehydrated, and 5 pounds lighter. But he was back. The question was no longer where Travis was, but where he had been. His own memories were fragmented, dreamlike, and terrifying. He recalled waking up not in the forest, but in a place that defied explanation. A bright, sterile room with curved, metallic walls and diffused, shadowless light. He wasn't alone. He remembered seeing small figures with smooth, pale skin, large, domed heads, and immense, dark eyes that seemed to stare right through him. He was lying on a table, paralyzed by fear. He tried to fight back, a primal terror taking over as they seemed to perform some kind of examination on him. His next memory was of waking up on the side of a highway, the strange craft disappearing into the night sky above him. Back in the world he knew, his ordeal was far from over. He became a medical and scientific curiosity. Doctors examined him, finding a small puncture mark on his arm but no other significant injuries. He was subjected to psychological evaluations and more polygraph tests administered by different experts. The results were highly debated. Some examiners concluded he was telling the truth as he knew it. Others cried foul, claiming the tests were flawed or that Walton was a highly skilled liar. The case became a lightning rod for controversy. UFO researchers hailed it as the most well-documented abduction case in history, with multiple witnesses and physical evidence. Skeptics, however, pointed to inconsistencies, the potential for a hoax, and the lucrative media deals that followed. They argued it was a scheme concocted for fame and fortune. For nearly 5 decades, the Travis Walton story has been analyzed, debated, and dissected. Investigators have pored over every detail, from the initial police reports to the conflicting polygraph results. Was it a shared delusion among stressed, isolated workers? A meticulously planned hoax, or was it something else entirely? The men never wavered from their story, even as it cost them their reputations and their jobs. They stood by what they saw that night in the Arizona woods. The mystery endures, locked in the silent forest where it all began. The truth, like the craft itself, remains elusive, hovering just beyond our grasp, a chilling question mark in the cold night sky. If he wasn't taken, where was he for 5 days?